work of empowering women, you have said that assertive communication is very important. How to communicate assertively to women? Could you give us some examples?
Sure. I think if you look at the whole issue of gender inequality, you know, there's so much about this, Louise. So, you know, less than 1% of women are in international leadership positions. Arguably, probably the most empowered and confident woman right now on the planet would be, and the best leader would be, the New Zealand Prime Minister. When we talk about assertive behavior, what does that look like? Assertive women are women who will stand up for themselves. So what I find in my work, Louise, is that there's a lot of women who have low self-confidence. There's a lot of self-doubt, and also a lot of negative chatter. I'll never be able to wear that dress. I'll never be able to buy that house. So we are raised in many ways into a patriarchal world. You know, you look at some of the countries, for example, Saudi Arabia, where women only got the right to drive cars in the last year or so. So we are born into a gender unequal world overall. Obviously, it's changing, but that has been since the history of dawn, you know, mankind. When we talk about assertive behavior is all about saying to somebody, I don't appreciate what's happening here. This is what I would like to happen. So it's almost like saying, stop. I don't want this to happen anymore. Can we do something differently? Now, what I know, and there's a lot of study around women and the ability to be assertive, is that generally women are not assertive. So you've got different styles of relating, Louise. One is aggression, which is, you know, one person wins, one person loses. The other one is being passive, which is one person loses and one person always wins, the other way around. And passive is often about keeping quiet, withdrawing, not saying what I feel, not saying what I think. And assertive is about, hey, we both win. Let's talk this out. So when we talk about assertive behavior, it is about the ability to, I'm worthy, I don't want this to happen, and this is how I'm going to explain this to you. So a classic thing to say about what is assertive communication is things like, you know, Louise, when you shout at me like that, I feel really upset about it. So what I would like you to do is not, please, because I would like to have a good relationship with you. So there's 4 parts really of assertive communication. Number 1 is, you know, the event, when you shout at me, Louise. Number 2 is the response. And I really don't appreciate it. And then in the future, what I would like is, I would like you not to speak to me like that, please. And why? Because I would like to have a collaborative relationship with you. So if I use an assertive communication in any example, let's just say that my boss shouts at me in a meeting in front of everybody. I probably wouldn't say anything then, but I would choose my moment afterwards and I'd go to him and I'd say, hey boss, when you spoke to me like that in front of everybody else, I felt really, really undervalued. I'd appreciate you not doing that in future, please, because it just makes me feel really, you know, unwelcome and not valued particularly. Let's just say that a husband is angry with his wife for not filling up his car because she promised that she would. He would say to her, hey Laura, hey Louise, when you don't do what you say you will do and fill my car up, I feel really frustrated and upset. Could you please do what you say you will do so that in the future I can trust that you will do what you say you will do? So what we call about the assertive communication, Louise, the key thing is how I feel. It's not you didn't fill up my car with petrol. It's when you don't do this, I feel. So we call assertive behavior how I feel about something. And it works fabulously well if you can learn how to be assertive. Very, very well in all relationships at all levels.
Thank you, Caryn. Those are really good examples, and which I will practice in my own personal life.
Good.